Tolong, cakap apa?
Cuba cakap apa-apa dah.
Cakap Ada. Okey. Dekat YouTube ada? YouTube, Facebook ada? Okey. Dah. Bismillah.
Tak apa-apa, sebab biar dia delay. Tak apa. Buka ni. Tak apa. Yang penting ada Facebook cukup.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Good evening, everyone. I am pleased to welcome you to our Session 2 webinars on today's Sustainability in Industrial Design. We are proud to present our guest speaker for the Arcadesa 5 Session 2 webinar, Mr. Haris Rizwan, Director of One Tech and also a founder of the Green Factory, who will discuss an interesting topic with us today. Let me give a little introduction about Mr. Haris. He is the founder of the Green Factory, which is known as the greenest wood manufacturing facility. A second generation woodworker and joined his family's 27 years old business, One Tech Sdn Bhd, after graduating from Nottingham University in 2008. Mr. Harris used to say, "We are constantly strive to discover and share innovating ways to improve our customers' health and well-being. It is our goal to continually engage with various communities, including the public, industry, grassroots, and retail audiences, as well as within our own organization regarding the importance of sustainable living." To learn more about this topic, we hope you can join us until the end of this webinar. You can also ask questions at the end of the webinar session. I would like to thank those who are able to join our session 2 webinar today. I hope you enjoy our live webinar and I wish you all in the good health. I am confident that you will find new ideas fresh on this topic discussed today. I wish you all a very successful webinar. Thank you.
Boleh dah?
than hundreds countries. So our own industry is one of the largest in the world. We are very strong, but there is a perception that we do things unsustainably, especially from the Western perspective. And when I look into the industry, I also see that there's a lot of waste being created. There's a lot of people don't really care where the material comes from. And 2012, Malaysia have one of the highest deforestation rates, and that kind of like hit me a bit because I feel like my industry is already related to forest. In a way, we are contributing to that. So that is when we decided to move into the green direction. Okay. Yeah, just to share with you the value of the market. Um, it's millions. The industry is very it's growing and it's really there's a lot of opportunities in here. Next, and if you look at statistics, the green aspect of products also growing. The market is growing all over the world, and before this we are seeing it a lot in European countries, but now it's for everywhere. South Asia as well, where we have a lot of interest in sustainable products. And so that is where we decided to go this sustainable route where we come up with a motto saving the world one piece at a time, where we believe that each product, no matter how small we make, will contribute to making the world better. Next. And the way we do it is we use a circular approach to our operation, where we look at all the process that is involved in the operation. Like we don't just look at material, we look at the food that we use to put in packaging, the process, and also all the we try to make each process green. At the same time, we also engage with our stakeholders, which are the bankers, the government, the media, and on how to get more people towards the sustainability agenda. Next. This is our factory in Nampak. Our factory is actually next. So our factory is actually a tourist spot. Before COVID, we have a lot of students coming in, tourists, industry people. Like now, because of COVID, we don't let people public come in. But once the COVID issues settle down a bit, so it's a lot of people come and visit us and to see what we're doing. Because our factory is an R&D factory, research and design. So we focus a lot on development of green products and also hundreds of design developments. These are some of the brands that we have. We have the green factory, which focuses on our furniture made from recycled wood and other sustainable materials. Dapur is our homework and gift brand. Homeka is our design furniture brand, and Run is our fashion accessory brand. With all these brands, we have sell our product in more than 20 countries. Next. These are some of our customers. So we work from various industries like government, corporate, hospitality, and other types of businesses. Next. These are some of the countries that we have exported to, and in 2018 we won the Good Design Award Japan. So this is our first international award, and we are quite proud of it. And we hope to send more product to Japan. Next. These are some of the things that we do in this green factory. We do trophies, we do fashion accessory. So we make these small pieces using the excess wood that we have in our factory. So that is how we manage to produce some of this. Next. This is designer furniture, Italian designer, Japanese designer, and Swiss designer, especially for the export market. Next. These are some of the stuff that we process that we do. Like on the left side, you see like pallets made of recycled wood, pallets, crates, and we instead of being thrown away, we make products out of it. Then you see that the stool is made of the things we take. Next. So this is how we mostly we do. So we are moving to a zero-waste manufacturing. We try to reduce as much waste as we can, and this we utilize all the small pieces that is normally being thrown away. We make it products. And just to share with you the phone holder, the picture you see, we started off as we want to reduce our waste, and now it's become a new revenue stream for us, and it's one of our best sellers. Just because we want to be sustainable, want to reduce our waste, we created something that generates income to the company. Next. We also work a lot with different other materials, and I love working with waste material, and I believe that waste will be the future of material. In this case, we use plastic, like shampoo bottles, and we use other types of bottles, and plastic, big things like benches, cookies, and all that. Next. Fabric. I know like the fashion industry is one of the most sustainable industry, but this is one of the things that we try to explore instead of utilizing second fabric that is being thrown away. Right now, because we use it as a base, then we put epoxy on top, and we make it pattern design for this particular popular. Next. And sustainability is also covers a lot of different elements. One of the things that I'm passionate about right now is cultural preservation. Since at school I don't really learn much about culture and design. As I grew older and I went to a museum, then I saw like a lot of beautiful design of our forefathers that I don't see it anywhere else. And at that time, a lot of the things that are in the market are very Western influence or like Japanese, Scandinavian, Italian, those kind of design elements. So I decided to see what I can do in terms of sharing our history and knowledge. Because for me, when I think about it, I don't know much because I don't live in school. If I don't do anything about it, my children won't know my own history, their own history. That is why, like, right now, it's not only tradition, and they like a lot of branding, labels, design elements. Like in this photos, we have our bamboo collection on the right, which is from the campus. We take the element of culture, even though it's not from Malaysia, but it's been in our tradition for a very long time. And on the right side is the boat. We use the element of the bangam, of the rock. Then we iterate products. This is how we tell stories, our design. We tell about culture, about our culture, with the audience. Can be right now makes it more accessible the clients that we are catering to, like the European, the Japan, the Japanese, and all that, so they get a glimpse of how our culture being used in And because I've seen a lot of benefit of sustainability, I decided to become a citizen. So right now I work a lot with the companies, consult companies, and I do a lot of talks and outreach to media in terms of how we can get better understanding of sustainability here in Indonesia. Next. And Green Hammer is our outreach program. And we also have been featured in a lot of magazine, local and international TV, radio, and also different media. Next. Next. We also do, before COVID, now campaigns where get public to come in and experience what it's like to see the production and be part of the activities that we have by COVID. Next, we also have education program. So we take around 10 to 13 interns every 6 months. And right now we are training a lot of apprentices. So come from different background. These are the university. They they do training with us 6 months, and they become proficient in the industry. Next. I'm also the founder of Team Design Asia. This is a Facebook community where we talk about the design and the business of sustainability. So I would like to invite guys to be part of the organization, be part of the community, where we find ways on how we can have better discussion about sustainability here in Asia, and also example like the community consists of business people, academicians, designers, students, and we have discussion about all these current issues. Next. And just to show you that it's quite in a way right now being seen as something important. We have received a lot of awards for our work, the work that we do as well. Next. So there is a lot of opportunity in the sustainability, especially in design element. So I would like to right now open up to question and answers where we discuss more on this stuff. So I feel like question and answer is like it's nicer to have a better conversation.
Alright. Thank you so much, Jared, for such an eye-opening talk on the economic value of sustainability in industrial design. So to summarize on what Jared has talked about so far, there is a viable economic case for criticizing the sustainability of the design in making sure that the result will be less for the environment, less and more quality around sustainable products doesn't have to be necessarily necessarily in this area, but it can also be very useful where design follows rules that like perspective. It might not necessarily be visible, but it has a function. So the first question That's another question when which whether you prefer the recycled material, the materials that you choose to work with, are they like certain design types that you cannot work with the materials that you have? There's always kind of need to survive or complete a certain project. Okay, so there's another question where how does the client accept more clients accept more of these sustainable materials than you went before?
now. And so in terms of whether it will die down, it's okay. But it is what is certain is think about how we can survive how we can be sustainable as long as possible. Sustainability itself means that it's a long-term thing for the specific time period is what one. Because after we achieve certain things, there are other things that we can do. So green is also sustainability like less, but less not so less is so these are some classes you get efficiency or resources and efficiency have been going forever. Trend. So mental health is also culture. All these are things that not only discussed about but mental health can have difficulty your mind cannot work or cannot contribute and it becomes an efficiency in the system and it is not good for all of us. So we cannot thrive and we cannot go together. So when we look at it in that way, sustainability is actually a lot of different things. So it's not a trend if you look at it in that way.
I see. Okay, I would like to get your opinion in a broader, more, how do I say, more mass-produced aspect. Like, for example,
Um, because when we talk about forest or timber, people always think like talk to me like if you are a certain person, why do you cut trees? So that is a standard question.
that's the most common
Why
question.
and then okay let's do this in a science punya let's do a science class. So because I have this thought first when I first started. That's why when I first started I don't use new wood, I use a lot of recycled wood. But as I learn more, I understand more. Okay, so trees, how do trees work? So trees absorb oxygen, right? Absorb carbon dioxide, absorb CO2, and then release oxygen. So what happened to the C? So CO2, O2 release, where's the C? Where's the carbon? So the carbon goes into the timber, it becomes a timber, and the timber, the tree grows, right? That is how tree stores carbon, and that's why it's such a good carbon extractor. Okay, so that's why trees are good lah. Okay, so trees don't live forever. Maybe some of them live like more than 1,000, 2,000 years. Some, a lot of them don't. Let's say we put example like 200 years now. If the tree is aged 200 years, after that it will die and fall down, right? So when they fall down, what become the process of perebutan? Perebutan is what? Decay, so rotting. So when it rots, the process of rotting creates a lot of carbon dioxide. All the carbon that is being extracted, contained in the timber, are now being released back in the atmosphere. Okay? So if let's say it's 300 years ago, then it's not really an issue because the world in a way regulates itself. But we have been pumping a lot of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. There's a lot already in the atmosphere, and we don't want to increase more. So by letting this tree rot, we are contributing to the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere. Okay, so that is why we need to harvest them when they reach certain age. So we have to be selective cutting, so we cut them when it's certain age, and then we make it to product. So if that thing, the timber become something like this, all the carbon will be stored in it. So for as long as it's in a good condition or not rotting, the carbon are being stored. So that's why we need all this carbon to be made, to be stored, and not released in the atmosphere. And that is why material like wood is one of the most sustainable material. And yeah, so that is, but we need to make sure that we harvest it in a sustainable way lah. So if we take from forest, they are replantation, they are only selective cutting. Cannot cut from the one go, and this makes the world, the forest can regenerate. There's always enough material, but at the same time, we have to look at other things. Like for example, we have timber plantation. So instead of focusing on forest, we can make plantation. There's a lot of land that is underutilized right now in Malaysia. If we can make timber plantation, and then we can take material from there, replant, do a few times. And then we also have waste materials. So these are the recycled material. Timber is one thing. Construction site, based on research, 70% of the waste created in construction site is wood based. So a lot of wood waste there that are in the system that we can utilize. And there are also a lot of those what do you call that? A lot of other types of waste that we can use. Like I showed, the plastic we can use, other types of waste material, that tires, rubber, and those kind of things. So we need to look. If we talk about future material, we need to make sure that in the policy level are plans for these kind of materials. Like we have plan for renewable energy. So right now, why don't we have a look into materials and those kind of things in a way that it's sustainable, and also make sure that in 100 years or 200 years our material is enough and consistent.
All right. There's another question that what can the government do or any NGOs can do to help fast track this business, where there's always going to be future demands. So is there a way for the government to help to create this market?
There's always a way. But I think aside from policy and all that, like for example, we have green policies in the system that have been launched and have been in a way being put out. But right now we are seeing a lot of implementation issue, meaning like who monitors this kind of policies that have been, like there is policy, but who monitors it? So and is there an enforcement at the moment? So sometimes it's not really about new things, but it's also about the whether you want or not, and how do you like create that move lah. Because we don't want to just have a blueprint, have just a lot of beautiful policy, but on the ground very little is happening then.
So in this case, it's the implementation that's the issue. That there is the policy, but the implementation is not there. Is that right?
Of course, there is, if we make more policies regarding sustainability is good, but same if we have so many, but then there's no one like monitoring it and making it accountable, then it's very difficult for us to move forward.
Okay. There's another question. All right. So, in the context of furniture, how far has it been, like, has this sustainable material like movement, has it been very new, or has it been done for the past decade, or has it, because this thing, people have this concept of sustainability being new, but how new is it?
It's actually not a new thing. Just to share with you, our forefathers are doing sustainable thing, are living in a sustainable way. We thought that sustainability comes from the Western. It's actually not a Western agenda. It's actually even in our culture. Like our grandparents, they go out, they bring bekal, they have containers, they rainwater harvest, they don't use plastic, they use glass containers. They design, like for example, the house they design in a way that's suitable for warm weather, so you don't need cooling. So these are the things that are sustainable and have been in our tradition for a very long time. So it's not a Western agenda. It's not. It's just us that have forgotten to look back. We are so focused on moving forward that we forget to look back and see what are the good things or good practice that we can bring forward. So in a way, if we want to move forward, we also need to look back.
All right. For us, can we do to help within this sustainable material world? As in, what can we do as consumers to help growing business like yours in this economical, in the sustainable design world?
So I think it's not really about helping the couple, but it's actually what we can do in terms of having a more sustainable future. Right now, we are talking about the future for our next generation. It's actually the future of you guys. So you guys are the one that is benefit from having a good future. Our grandchildren, our like next generation. So it's not about helping businesses to thrive. It's about having this mindset that how we can be sustainable. So if we talk about consumption, because we need to consume, right? We need to buy stuff. We need to survive. Of course, the most sustainable way is not to consume, but takkanlah kita nak tunggu baju dah koyak sampai habis baru nak beli atau tak consume kan. So you have to consume something, but you have to consume in a way that is minimal impact in the ecosystem. So since we need stuff, so we need to buy from companies that care about these things as well. So the money that you use to nourish yourself, to go on your lifestyle, goes back to other things, not just profiting company. So like for example, right now there's a lot of social enterprise. So they do business, they create good products, they create marketing, they create a good business and use that money that is being collected and to for their causes. Because right now this is how the new age activism works. For this, we have NGO. So NGO and government are the only bodies that will that we see should help the industry, the society, right? But the government, of course, they have their limitation, and NGO they rely on funding So they don't have fund, they cannot move. So that is where social enterprise comes in. We come to where the money is, which is the capitalism system. So we create money there, and then we channel it to our cost. So the way we work is we don't ask for donation of it. We do it in a way that is as a business. So do support this kind of business, and do make sure that these company are actually true to what they say. It's not greenwashing. They don't just do small things and then say they are sustainable, but they need to be doing a lot more. So ask questions like, where does the material come from? What glue are you using? Which type of coating that you use? Packaging and those kind of things. Be a more smart consumer. You guys do a lot of research nowadays, so do a lot more research on that, and so that we can help this company grow, and they have their process. And when this company grow, like for example, if the green business grow to become a big company, then people will see like, hey, sustainability can be a business. So then a lot of people will take that business model into their model. So we have more people practicing sustainability, and that is how we change the industry, and that is how slowly we move towards more sustainable in the future.
All right. There's another question. When using sustainable materials such as waste, wood waste, or plastic waste in the design, is there a problem when there will be like, is there any trademark issues? Will there be any trademark issues arising between competing companies?
I think trademark has always been an issue, especially in design. So design, there's like hundreds of thousands of design being created every day. So it's very difficult to patent your design, because it's most probably done by someone else only. And someone, if you do it as well, someone can change a little bit and call it theirs. So in terms of having design as a copyrighted or IP, is very difficult. But I'm seeing a lot of the IP work can be done through the branding. So making sure that the brand promises and deliver what it says. It's known for having good design items and the quality and all that. So in that kind, it's still okay, in that you create a lot of different brands with different values and different competitive advantage.
Okay. I think that's all the questions we have for today. So I wish we have more time to discuss on this very important topic in this very environmental trying time. Thank you so much, Encik Harith, for making the time to talk to us about this very intriguing topic. I would also has tuned in tonight for tonight's webinar. Respected lecturers, dearest friends from the Indonesian Art Institute, ISI Yogyakarta, Indonesia, Silpakon University, Thailand, University Technology Mara, UiTM, Malaysia, and most importantly, our guest speaker for tonight, Encik Harith Rizwan. Don't forget to follow our Arcadesa page on Instagram at Arcadesa5 and our Facebook page, Arcadesa5, for more upcoming events. If you have any thoughts and brilliant ideas, do share with us and let your voice be heard. I'm Alina Azmi, and until then, stay safe and take care.
Thank you, guys.